to all you beautiful souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you here for the first time, my name's Cheri. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, message bearer, and light worker. Today's tarot reading is going to be a look at my beautiful new transparent tarot deck. I'll pull just one card and show you. See how, well, let's turn it the right way. See how beautiful they are, and they stack on top of each other to give you the message. So we are going to get to know this deck today. At the end, I'm going to ask everybody who watches to give me their comments about whether or not they'd like to see this deck in my next yes or no. So let's take a look at what this deck has to offer us. So angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Can you please start by showing us the temperament of this deck? All right, ooh, we start with the Two of Cups. That's beautiful. All right, the Two of Cups is a soulmate relationship, so I think we're going to be close with this deck. Now, what else for temperament? Ooh, the Queen of Swords, so it's also sharp-tongued, so it shows love and companionship and a soul connection, but it is also a quick-tongued, you know, full of action sort of deck. Now we'll do one more. So what else for the temperament? Another sword. All right, let's take a look and see what it is. It's the Nine of Swords. So I think that there is a little bit of anxiety. I have a little bit of anxiety about doing videos with a brand new deck, especially reading it this way with it being all stacked. So this is kind of the pinpoint of this particular question. It's saying there's anxiety, the deck itself is a companion, but it's also sharp-tongued. So it's going to say exactly what it means. Now, let's see. What are the strengths of this deck? So, angels, spirit guides, ancestors. What strengths does this new transparent tarot deck have? All right, we'll again pull 3 cards. So we start with the Ace of Wands. That's beautiful. So its strengths are it's a brand new passionate beginning for us. And that's lovely. Now, let's see what else. All right, the Nine of Wands. So there's a little bit of a sacrifice. You know, see how the person's kind of standing in the edge of the fire? There's a little bit of a sacrifice in this new beginning, and that's probably because of my love for the old tarot deck. So they're just, you know, we are sacrificing some of the other cards to be able to use these cards. Now, let's see, one more. Ace of Cups, though. All right, so it's going to be a beautiful relationship. Its strength is it's a new beginning of an emotional sort. There is this person, see how the Ace of Cups is kind of putting out the fire that's underneath them? You know, it's also bringing together water and fire, which are 2 of the elements. So the strength of this deck seems very powerful. It seems like it'll be very powerful when we read with it. Now, let's see what the weaknesses of the deck are. So, angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Please show us the weaknesses of this deck. Other than they're a little hard to shuffle. All right, so we're going to start right here. All right, so the weakness of this deck is also its strength. We're sacrificing some time with the other deck to explore something new. So there is still, you know, the sacrifice going on in the Nine of Wands. Now, next we've got, ooh, the Wheel. No, it's upside down. The Wheel. All right, so that's good luck. You know, it's fortune in my other deck. In this, it seems like a full circle. So I would say as a weakness, this would mean that the deck has trouble speaking full circle. But that being said, we will probably mix it with Tarot of Dreams if we read with it in the next yes or no. And I'm going to leave that up to you guys in the comments. Now, one final for weakness. All right, the 5 of Fives. So there will be some discord with this deck. The weakness is fighting and discord. It seems quite passionate. So the deck itself is very passionate with all the wands coming out. But with the 5 of Wands, there's going to be some fighting. So I do not want any fighting in the comments, please. Whatever you guys think, like the majority's going to rule, just, you know, it's kind of be a yes or no vote. So either yes, you want to see this deck mixed in with my next yes or no, or no, you'd prefer not. Either way, it's going to be fine, and we're going to take the majority. Now, let's see what type of readings this will be best with. If it is the yes or no style reading, if it's, you know, love reading, career reading, whatever it is, let's take a look and see what kind of reading we're going to be best with on this. So, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, please speak to us clearly through the cards, showing us what types of readings are best with this deck. All right, so you start with the King of Wands, so there's some passion. There's creativity, there's passion. Now, next we've got, and these are hard to separate still, so you got the 6 of Cups. Okay, so some reminiscing, looking back, you know, looking at the past, looking to where you've been. So it'll be good at looking back. Now, you also got the 7 of Swords. So it's going to be good at showing where sneakiness is coming out. It's going to be good at looking at situations and kind of telling you how to move through them. And then one more for this one. The 4 of Swords. All right, it's going to bring some rest. And it's going to give you some, you know, protection, hope, rest with the 4 of Swords coming out. All right, so that is what the readings will be best with. It does look like we can do a yes or no with this. It's also going to be good for any reading that is really passionate, any reading that is really, really about your emotions, and it's going to get you some rest. You just need to not hang on to it too tightly, because it's going to be used only in general readings. All right, now let's take a look. Anything else we need to know about this deck? Angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Anything else you'd like to say to us about this deck? All right, so wow, how have I pulled the 9 of Wands over and over and over again? There's a sacrifice in the 9 of Wands. You know, it's making a sacrifice you don't need to make. And I think that I feel like I'm sacrificing my favorite tarot deck for the use of this one. And it's just not true, because I'm going to use my favorite tarot deck with this one. Now, we also start with the Ace of Pentacles, or we incorporate the Ace of Pentacles. So the deck is going to be a new beginning for my channel. Maybe bring in some new donations and whatnot. Ooh, and the Phoenix. This is, I put it down the other way. So this is the beautiful, beautiful Phoenix. Now, the Phoenix is actually the equivalent of the Judgment card in a standard tarot deck. So it is saying that, you know, there is a second chance rising from the ashes for us using this deck. This is a second chance to bring in some new energy that we can use, that our spirit guides and angels and ancestors can use to talk to us. Next, we get the Hermit. Okay. Oh. Yeah, the Hermit. So this is saying that it is capable of being used alone, and it will rise from the ashes. It'll be a beautiful, shining thing. Okay, one more card, and then and the wheel comes out again. All right, so it is luck and fate and, you know, good times coming out for this. So I hope you guys can see this on the video and it makes sense. I hope you like the translucent reading. It really looks good. They're saying wonderful things about this deck, you know, that it's going to rise from the ashes and be something that I use all by itself. But for now, the vote's going to be, do we want to use this deck partially for some of the cards in my next yes or no? So please don't hesitate to comment. Thank you so much for being with me and exploring my new deck. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for leaving your comments, and we'll see what we do. All right. Bye-bye.